I'm down pretty close to the river. The river's right over there. Tombigbee River, it comes through Columbus. At a little small camp house here. I'm about to take these big limbs out of this oak right here. I'm also going to take those two out of that oak. They just want them gone. It's going to be some big cuts, but it's okay. The trees ain't real good in the first place. I'm going to go ahead and cut them, and you know, if I can get 5 or 6 more years out of the trees, you know, so be it. But they just want to get this where it's not at the camp, because they're actually doing quite a lot of work on this thing right now, and it's just started on it, getting it all. They're gonna fix it all up real nice. And so I started out there, cutting out there. I've cut that one, cut this one back, and I'm just taking small pieces out and let them pendulum and swing, and that way they swing away from my lift too. You see, let it start moving, going, and then once it commits to go on, then I go ahead and cut it. And what it'll do is, instead of just landing straight down, see, it goes back that way a little bit, falls over there kind of out of the way. So see, somebody cut that limb off, I don't know, it's like probably years ago. And you can see where it's rotted. It tried to kind of seal itself, but those big cuts, they're not gonna hardly seal. They're gonna rot like that over time. And then you get all these sprouts coming off of them too. The good thing about this job, it's not a cleanup job. So all I gotta do is just get it on the ground, and they're gonna take care of cleaning it up. We'll make a couple of cuts on this longer one right here. It's got all the mistletoe on it. Always look to make sure that I hadn't unfolded around them over my outrigger, or something's down there on the ground and slipped up that I done forgot about or anything like that, because man, once you cut it and it releases, there ain't no bringing it back. That one's swung way on out there. Now I'm gonna go on up and get the ends out of those up there, and I'll get the one on the other side, and then we'll start blocking. We'll probably block in about 4-foot pieces all the way back till we get back to there. letting them fly. So now that I got those ends out of the way, I can come back right here and I can cut this one and let it pivot. Let it go just straight over that way. Right down to the ground. And then we can cut this one. You see that limb lift up? Get a lot of weight off of it. And cut this one. So this pole saw that I'm using, it's a Husqvarna, the 530 IP4. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. It is a beast. That one right there is my oldest one. I have two of them. I've been using that one since August of 20, so it's now 3 years old. That was the last freebie that Husqvarna sent me right there at the end. Said I got two of them. Love those things, man. Far enough out, and you see the base of the lift over there where it is now. I'm extended on out a pretty little, I'm not nowhere near as far as I can go. So we're fixing to go ahead and take the whole end of this one right here, and we're gonna let her go. This is another big chunk too. Those are good. Alright, I'm down to my last couple of cuts here, and we'll be done. Man, they got a massive mess to clean up. Trees have a lot more debris in them than what you think they do. I tell people all the time, you know, that whatever the tree is, what you think it is, go ahead and multiply that times 3, because that's the reality of what it really is. It's usually going to be 3 times what's in your mind that is in the tree. And glad I ain't got to clean this one up. Old water oaks are, their limbs are like Velcro when you try to mess with them, drag them, grab them, whatever you're gonna do. they can be difficult to fool with, but I got them cut up good enough, you know, most of them all in good pieces where they can handle them with a tractor. If they got some forks or something like that, they'll be all right. So thank goodness I had the wherewithal. I did have my truck up here on top of this. Thought about it, I said, man, I better go ahead and get my truck down there, because if I don't, I felt like I was gonna cover this whole area up with debris. And so had I not done that, I would be having to cut debris up and move it to be able to get my truck down. So now I can go right around the edge between that burn pile and the ends of those limbs right there, and go right down the hill and get down there to where my trailer is and get back loaded up. So I'll be happy with that. I'm gonna pan up toward the top of the trees where you can see them. I took a lot out of them. Typically you wouldn't do this in a, you know, in a yard or residential type setting, because those are big cuts and, you know, not very desirable. But out here in the wild, these trees are, you know, they're 5 to 10 more years they're going to be done anyhow. And the thing is, they didn't want them to break. They didn't want a limb to break and end up on the camp right there, which several of these limbs were rotten as dirt, man. I just kind of started cutting them like that one right there, and it just broke, you know. And so they did the right thing on this. So I'm about to fold up and get the heck out of Dodge, man.